Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. So today we're going to be doing full face soft makeup, the basics, but I think today we're going to be adding a bit of eyeshadow to make our eyes look proper. So you know what to do. If you like what you see, subscribe, like, comment, share. Let's get right into it. So as I said, we're doing a soft glam look. The first color we're going to be using is a really soft brown, not too harsh, not too dark, a soft brown. I am starting with my eyeshadow from the inner corner of my eye to the outer corner of my eye. Make sure that you blend. I cannot emphasize this enough. Blend in your eyeshadows. Make sure you do not leave any harsh lines. Work on your eyeshadow. Give yourself time to make your eyeshadow blend and look organized. Now we're taking our concealer. It is the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn. We are not cutting the crease. I am just using this technique to make sure that my second shade sits in place and the pigment looks proper and bright. The lighter your concealer, the more pigmented or the lighter your eyeshadow is gonna show. So when we're not cutting the crease, doesn't really have to have precision. You just have to put it where you want it to sit. So if you want your eyeshadow to appear much lighter, use a lighter concealer, maybe 3 shades lighter than the one that you generally use. Also make sure your concealer is not leaving any lines. Blend your concealer as well so that it doesn't show where what ends. Now for our second shade, we're going to be using a shimmery color. A shimmery color is a color that has a bit of glitter or is shinier than your first color. We're going to call our first color a transitioning color in this case. So with your second color, do not pull or drag your color. Make sure that you tap it in. Tap your second color on top of your concealer. Tap. That is all you need to do. Tap away. So even with that, make sure the more you put or the way that you put it is going to determine how bright or how pigmented your eyeshadow looks. You continue tapping and putting your eyeshadow until you are happy with the consistency or how you want it to look. I am going to continue doing this process until I am happy with how the eyeshadow looks, but at the same time I don't want it to go above where I put my concealer because I don't want it to be messy. I want it to be as clean as possible. Clean, the word of the day. So I'm going to continue doing that until I am happy and satisfied with how the look is coming out. Beginners, use neutral colors when you start applying eyeshadows. Neutral colors work best and you hardly get it wrong. Do not go for crazy colors when you start because they get messy and they are not easy to work with. So now I am using the brown that we used at first just to make sure that I clean up and it shows more pigment so that I can see that I have 2 colors on there. So I'm doing the same thing for the second eye, adding a bit of more brown there just to make sure the pigment is showing, like I said, on the first eye. You keep doing this until you are happy, but you don't want to pile up your eyeshadow too much. You do not want it to be piled up in a way that you can pick at it, but work until you are happy with the results. Beginners, give yourself time. You're not going to get it right the first time around, you're not going to get it right second time around, but practice makes perfect. You just need to keep practicing and playing with colors. Neutrals are your best friend, especially when you are starting out. So now I am blending the shimmery with the matte color so that it doesn't have that line that I was talking about when we started. Now moving right along, now we are going to be setting our face. We are going to be setting our face right now. Make sure now I am blending my concealer, the concealer that I used to clean up my eyebrows. So make sure that you also blend in the concealer that you used on your eye, on your eyeshadow, on your, sorry about that, on your eyebrows, so that it doesn't leave any harsh lines, so that your foundation can sit properly. So just use a brush or beauty blender to do that. Now we're using a sunscreen. Sunscreen, best friend. Use sunscreen under your makeup because the sun is bad out there. You can use any sunscreen that you like or you want. Generally everyone is using SPF 50 right now, and you can also pick products that have SPF in them. One day we're gonna discuss how we clean our face after all this heavy makeup. So now I am taking my my Black Opal primer that also preps your face. I had already moisturized my face prior to this, hence I didn't start at moisturizing before using the sunscreen and the primer. I use my hands and a beauty blender to tap them into my skin so that my skin absorbs all the goodies. But because this primer is so wet, I opted to use a beauty blender right at the end. So you do this, and then you make sure that all the product that you've used are sticking to your skin and they are pulled towards your skin. I don't know if that makes sense, but you do that. Oopsie, the primer just fell on my dress. But moving right along, so you do that, and then you give it a bit of time to dry out before you apply your foundation. Okay, that took long. Now your foundation, I am using the Yardley. Everything that I'm using is going to be on the description box below. Use a damp beauty blender, not dry, not soaking wet. Wet your beauty blender and squeeze out the excess water. It works wonders for your foundation. Like we said in the last video, make sure that your foundations match your skin or work well with your skin. Here's a trick: when you're buying your foundation, when they're testing you at the store, go out of the store into the sunlight. That way you can match your foundation, because the lighting at the store is not the same as the lighting of the sun outside. So try that out and let me know how that worked. Walk out of the store, check if it's the same, then walk back in and pick your color. When you've tried it, let me know what you think of it and if it worked for you. So now, even with our foundation, we blend. We don't want harsh lines anywhere in your face. On your forehead, generally I'd say use the excess that is left from your beauty blender. But with this current foundation that I'm using, I noticed that it's not happening, so I had to add half a pump in order to do my whole face. Normally with the other one I use 1 pump of foundation for my whole face. Also, sort out your neckline. You don't want to look like you have a mask on. Continue to blend until you are happy, or until you don't have any lines, you don't have anything, and you are happy with how everything looks. Blend, blend, blend. Those are the words we're going to be using here. Next, I take my eyeliner to use on my waterline. This is just for the eyes, so that my eyes pop and they appear to be there. So you're gonna do that on both your eyes on the other side until you are happy. Make sure that it sits directly on your waterline, not under your waterline, directly on top of your waterline, because if it's under, it's gonna make you black underneath. Now we're taking our concealer, the same one we've been using, the LA Girl Pro Concealer, and we're doing our under eye. We are highlighting our under eye, the bridge of your nose, your forehead, and everywhere else that you think you need to highlight. Highlights go differently for different types of faces, or you go for the places that you feel need to be highlighted. So for beginners, highlight as you go. The concealer tends to dry out really quickly, so you will do one eye, you'll put concealer on one eye, blend, 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 and then you apply concealer on your second eye and blend, blend, blend. Generally that's how you're gonna do it, especially with beginners. Highlight as you go. One eye, blend, second eye, blend, the bridge of your nose, blend, your forehead, blend, under your mouth, sides of your mouth, under your nose, and blend. That's how you do it. Also, do not leave any lines. Make sure it's well blended and you can't really see where what is going. Blend it in well. It's gonna make your face snatched. You're gonna thank me for doing all of this. So now we're going to our nose. The line has to be fairly straight because we're going for a snatched nose, so it has to look at least straight. So you can't have a snatched nose that is cute. All right, take your beauty blender again and blend your nose, or you can use a smaller sponge if this is hard. You can also use a small blending brush for your nose so that your nose looks proper. We are still gonna do other things to our face. We're not yet done. As you can see, if you've not blended your concealer properly, look at my forehead right now. Looks like I have an egg on my forehead. So we're gonna continue to blend so that there isn't that line on my forehead or line anywhere else. So we're gonna do that. When you are done with all the blending, we're gonna take our powder. You can use translucent powder or a banana powder. I am using a banana powder for the specific one. Normally I do not bake. I prefer setting my concealer. Baking is a bit tricky. So you are gonna use your powder wherever you highlighted. All the places that you put concealer on, you're gonna put powder on top. You're gonna go put powder everywhere in your face and look dusty and all that. You're just gonna put it on the places that you put your concealer on. So we're gonna try, this is gonna be minimal baking. So now that we've highlighted and powdered our face, we are contouring the sides of our face and the top of my forehead, also right along the side of the bridge of my nose. So we are doing that process. This is to make you more chiseled, if you like to use that word, but it's gonna make you look a lot snatched. And contouring also helps with making the parts you want to appear smaller. It's an illusion, I think. Yeah, we can use that word. So you're gonna blend those in, make sure there are no lines there as well. Do that wherever you feel you want to create illusion on your face. When you are done, we're gonna take our brush and remove all the excess powder from the places where we highlighted. So you're gonna use your brush to achieve all that. Remove the powder, all the excess. If this is baking, this is how it looks. It's not too harsh. Also, if you feel that the lines of the contour are too harsh, you can also blend that in. Now for our eyelashes. So now that we're done with our face, I am taking my liner to line my lips. It's a brown liner for my lips. And then I am taking a brush and my glow palette to shimmer my upper lip, to make it look all pretty and shimmery for the whole look to come together. But you don't have to do this step. You can skip it if it's not your forte and if you don't get it. And then we are gonna take our lipstick, a plum mattifying lipstick, put it in the middle of my lips. Make sure that there are no lines there as well, so you keep on trying and blending until you don't have lines as well. And then I am taking my brown pencil again to reline where I've already lined, because the lipstick was just not working, it was overlapping. Using my finger to make sure that this blends in. So sorry about the background, kids are playing outside. And then this is the mattifying look of the lipstick, but I decided to try out something new and different. That is my Alu lip therapy thingy, so I'm gonna use that to gloss this lip up. I am using my brush for this step, so I'm gonna continue putting it on until I am happy with how shiny it is or how glossy it is. Yes, it's coming along proper, I should believe. So we're gonna continue with that until we are all set. So my beauties, that brings us to the end of the video. Tell me what you think of this look. It's really soft, we're glowing to the gods, and yeah, I love this look quite a lot. So don't forget, don't be shady babes. Don't watch the videos and then you don't subscribe. Subscribe babes, subscribe. It's free of charge. So thank you so much for tuning in up until here. Now I need to get my hair properly fixed so that the whole look comes in together. Don't forget to let me know what you think, what you want to see. Comment, share, subscribe. Thank you so much. This was amazing. Until the next one. Bye bye.